Hey gang, today we are taking a look at Transformers Superlink Wing Saber. Now this guy is also known as Wing Saber in the Transformers Energon show and toy line. For those of you that don't know, this character actually showed up towards the end of the actually towards the middle half of the series, and he was a voiced character that never transformed and who was a guard guarding, I believe it was Shock Blast or Laser Wave. And then he got killed and resurrected as this. So let's go ahead and take a look at him. Now I have to go on record as saying this is one of my favorite figures from the Energon / Superlink line. The reason is because he just is so cool. He has a very impressive robot mode, a cool transformation, an interesting vehicle mode, and then he combines not one but two different ways with Grand Convoy / Optimus Prime. Now as you can see, he is very, very colorful, but from the back he is a little bit bland. But from the front, you get a lot of character and a lot of color. And this just screams Autobot, and I love it a lot. Posability-wise, forget it. The only posability you're going to get is in those hands and the arms. As you can see, there are ratchets, or not ratchets, but a hinge here, and his fists can move. But otherwise, forget it, because there's no way you're going to be able to pose this guy. As you can see, he is significantly larger than the Prime figure, but once you get them combined, the proportions really work, and you start to realize what the designers were thinking when they created the Grand Convoy Prime figure. But that'll be in a bit, so let's get him out of the way. I want to focus, though, on his face, as the face is just really very, very cool. Very, very nice, very G1 Wing Saber-ish. If you know what I mean. Just a nice homage to that Transformers Victory character. And the figure itself, especially in the upper torso area here, is just beautifully colored and beautifully detailed. Wing Saber's transformation is one of those transformations that's pretty crazy when you first do it, but once you do it a couple of times, it makes sense. To start off with, we're going to reach up to the head and split his head in half and fold them into his shoulders. Then we'll take the arms and fold the arms away from the figure and straight back, leaving the hands. We'll take the hands and fold them up into the upper arms. Then take the legs and take the inside of the leg and just split the entire center of the figure. When you do that, take the cannon, fold it in front of his knee, and then turn the whole leg backwards. Do the same thing on the other side. And yes, the cannons do pop off easy. That's no problem, as they pop right back on. Then take his side skirts and open them up. Come back to the rear of the figure. Take the plain front, fold that up. Take the wings on his sides, fold them up. Then take the legs and fold them straight up to the sides and peg them in underneath where the arms are. Oops, and you will pop the figure in half, but don't worry. That is supposed to happen. And here we have Wing Saber's vehicle mode, a giant flying wing. Now one thing I do really like is it's got landing gears. The very front of the vehicle mode has landing gears, and please ignore my cat. Then there are landing gears on the underside, and there we go. And this thing is just mean looking. I love this. Now, obviously, something like this could not fly in real life. There's just no freaking way. That's about as aerodynamic as, well, a brick with wings. But it's cool. It's just very, very cool and unique. And we don't really get Transformers like this anymore. Just a very nice, cool looking vehicle mode. And it's a fun transformation. It's not too hard, not too easy. Robot mode is really awesome, and the vehicle mode is equally as cool. So now I've returned Wing Saber back into his robot mode, and now we're going to talk about his combination with Optimus Prime, or Grand Convoy, or whatever the hell you want to call him. This is where it gets a little bit interesting, because there are two different modes. There is a flight mode, and then there is a gunner mode. Those are just modes that's the name I like to use. They're actually called something else, but we'll get into that later. So to start off with, you have to do this for both of the modes. What we're going to do is rip his legs off. and then take his torso, and we'll start by splitting his head apart, and then ripping him in half like that. So there we have the 4 starter components. For the first mode, which I like to call Wing Prime, just leave the legs as they are, and fold up Prime's feet, and drop him into some new boots, like that. Next for Prime, take the fist, or the arm, fold it up, push the fist in. And you might want to, at this point in time, go ahead and form his hat, like that. For the Wing Saber part, all we're going to do, open up the fist, or open up the side, and fold the fist up, and then come down here, and rotate the new fist into place, like that. So do that for the other side. Rotate the new fist in place, open that section up, and fold up Wing Saber's fist. And here we have Wing Saber combined with Optimus into what I like to call Optimus Wing Mode. And I think this mode looks good. It looks really good. It's kind of surprising considering how bad Prime looks in his normal mode, but this combined mode looks really, really good. I mean, it's got all the good coloring, all the coloring is in the right place. It looks good. It looks great, as a matter of fact. And I wish the rest of the figure looked this good. Now, something that it does add is it adds some more posability. You got another joint here for the arms, so you can actually pose him a little bit. Now, be warned, it is ridiculously top-heavy. I mean, just ridiculously top-heavy. The joints here on Prime's hips are such that it really can't hold the figure all that well. I mean, it's teetering on wanting to, yeah, do that. Now, I did forget to deploy the little thing right here. Is open this up. This is supposed to be opened up. Forgot about that. Something else that you could do with this guy is the fists are such that you could combine any of his little vehicles onto his fist. So you could put the drill right here on the fist so you could drill punch some guy in the face. Unnecessary, but a nice touch. So overall, I think the Wing Mode looks really good. It really adds something to a pretty crappy figure. But like I said, there are problems in the fact that the joints on Optimus aren't strong enough to hold the weight from Wing Saber. That is a real problem. But otherwise, it looks darn good. So returning everything back to pre-configuration form, we're going to go ahead and get into what I like to call Canon Prime. So the directions always say to start from this point. We're going to start by folding out the shoulders all the way out like that, and then take the fists and rotate them forward like this. Then the side skirts, will fold them down and turn the fists so that they're pointing out like that. And take these sections and fold them all the way back in. Oops, I don't think that's right. Nope, sorry, like that. Now, I've actually skipped a step here. Open that all the way back out, and then take the fists and fold them up like this. Yep, completely forgot about that. Then we can split those open, and these will become the feet. So we'll take Captain Prime here, drop him down into his new feet. Like that. Now taking a look at Wing Saber's feet, to start we'll fold out the cannons again, like that. Lift this whole section up, open up the hands, and then take that, I want to do it like this, like that. So again, take this, fold it up, open up the hand, make sure the Autobot symbol is pointing forward, and then turn the cannon and rotate it so the thumb is in the right place. And here we have Cannon Prime. Now I gotta say, I really like this mode a lot, and as you can hear, my little turntable is struggling to turn him. But Wing Saber adds something to the Prime figure that is sorely needed, and that is just a level of awesomeness that can't be compared. Now, there are a lot of figures in the Transformers Energon line that are actually good, but nothing compares to the level of awesomeness that is Wing Saber plus Grand Convoy / Optimus Prime. Now, the Cannon mode is unique in that it really reminds me of some Gundams that I've seen in the past. Just makes me think of a Gundam for some reason, and that's not entirely a bad thing. So, the Cannon mode is very cool. I'm a little bit partial to the Cannon mode, but the other Wing mode is also equally awesome. In conclusion, Wing Saber is awesome. Just plain up awesome. It's a fantastic robot mode, a really, really cool transformation, a very nice vehicle mode, and then he combines with Prime in not one, but two excellent ways. This is a figure that makes the just crappy Optimus Prime figure a must-own. So, to this day, I still don't know why Hasbro really didn't release this guy en masse. It was very difficult to find here in the US. Yes, it came out towards the end of the Energon line, but it was hard to find, and the only place I ever saw it... No, I take that back. I did see it once in a store. But other than that, I never saw it. So, if you guys can get a hold of this, if you've got an Optimus Prime from the Energon line, you need to have Wing Saber. That's the long and short of it. Prime is a crappy, crappy toy without this Wing Saber add-on.